Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Developed.
Welcome everybody to Develop Live. Tonight we are talking about our recipe Brulee Doughnut. So how's everybody in the chat doing tonight? Glad you're here. I know there's another stream going on right now, but it's all right. Tonight we've got Folk Art, myself, Alfred, and Graham. So how are you guys doing tonight? You guys get anything new in, or?
Hello, everyone.
Hey. What's going on, guys?
I got nothing new.
Did you
guys get anything?
Yep, I got a topside dual, Infinix, and
what's the Infinix?
The Infinix is like a pod thing.
Why'd you get that one?
I was looking at others just because I like that sort of really tight mouth so long, but Mike Vapes still uses the Infinix, so figured I'd get that.
Oh, okay.
Nice. So,
cool.
Are you going to try to develop some recipes for the pod?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think we are as a team eventually going to start branching out to pod stuff.
Yeah, it'll be new to me. I can't do. I'm under the impression that it's just you just go back to when you were mixing for 1 month and that's how you do it.
High percentages and
one flavor everything at 10.
Yeah.
Well, it's not exactly linear. Like, not everything needs to be used at higher percentages. You just have to think about how a flavor works. Like things like pineapple, you'd need to push that pretty high. But like rich cinnamon, wouldn't recommend pushing that too far.
Well, yeah, I know.
Well, it's kind of like mixing for a mouth to lung device, right?
Yeah,
the coil is so much smaller, so you don't get as much flavor. You don't get that pretty vibrant, full flavor. It's just a wisp of flavor.
It's very wispy.
Yeah,
that's like mango is like the number one pod selling flavor. I mean it's just mango, mint, like menthol. Shit like that.
Yeah, potent shit.
Nothing really complex.
No, but I mean it's got to evolve though. I mean it will evolve. I know that they're coming out with these salt tanks that are going to be I don't know if they're sub-ohm tanks, but they're going to be, I don't know what they are, but they're tanks that are using salt now. Like they're getting ready to come out soon.
Yeah. So you guys want to hop into the donut, talk about what we like, what we don't like?
Meh.
Nah, fuck it.
Fuck that. I don't like that.
Nah. We will. We will. I guess.
What else you get? What'd you get, folk?
What did I get? I got all kinds of shit, man. I got 4 Citadels.
Very nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
I got a bunch of new flavors that I haven't even opened the boxes up yet. I have no idea what's in them. I completely forget what I ordered.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how that's sitting there and it's not open. I'm like Alfred. I rip it open the second it gets there. Like the second it gets there, it's like Chris. He was very excited, but it was like Christmas morning for this guy.
I do believe that in one of these boxes there is a yogurt drink. So Max.
So what's with the suspense? Jesus Christ.
Rip that shit open and start vaping it right now.
We need content.
So, y'all are the kind of people that can't wait till Christmas to open up their presents, right? You got to open them up on Christmas Eve.
I haven't opened a present on Christmas in 20 years. I have to open it that day.
Fuck that shit. I open it. I order shit for myself and I open it then.
Okay.
It's the whole reason I wanted to be an adult.
Yeah, I'm talking like September.
Okay, so there's a couple of these flavors I don't think that I should even say because they're going to be in our next recipe. Should I talk about them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got Vape Train Avocado Cream, Vape Train Persian Lime, the yogurt drink, of course, Vape Train, and Vape Train Light Rum. That was from Bull City. That's the only place that I can that you can get the Vape Train stuff, really.
Yeah, they're
Right?
exclusive there.
Well, you get chefs, right, or no?
Yeah, I mean in the U.S.,
Yeah.
Bull City has the exclusive.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. This box is a little hard to get into. Now,
That yogurt drink is gonna change your life, man.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
you got like 30 mil at least.
yeah. Let's see here. So I order a lot of shit from DIY Vapor Supply. They've got a lot. They've got a lot better selection, I think, than most companies.
Is that DIYFlavorCheck.com or DIYFlavorSupply.com?
That is DIYVaporSupply.com.
Excellent.
Let's see. Ooh, I got Wonder Flavors pretzel dough. Wonder Flavors sour sop.
They've been killing it, man. Wonder Flavors is killing it.
Yeah. Wonder Flavors pineapple candy.
Oh,
Finally
that's
got
gonna change your life.
Oba flavor art. Couple reorders here. Oh, and Flavora strawberry. I haven't tried that yet.
NHF was asking how different Vape Train avocado cream is from Flavora avocado. So on the avocado spectrum, Flavora avocado is like a 5 out of 10 banana, where Vape Train avocado cream is probably like an 8 out of 10 banana.
Many bananas, and we're not talking like bananas. We're talking like actual banana. It's not like some rating system we use.
Is it more like a like a greenish banana? Or
No, for Vape Train avocado cream, it's pretty yellow. It's straight
A
up.
barbecued vanilla, basically.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, barbecued banana. Actually,
It's
like
kind
a
of
mushy-
nutty too.
I like it.
Got a nutty thing going on there. The only
So-
problem, I like the banana part to it, but the banana kind of tones down after a while.
Oh yeah, it fades all the way out pretty much.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, kind of. It turns into something different, like an avocado
I've
or
been
something.
I've been looking forward to trying out this. This is Flavora milk chocolate. And,
Well, I just got that too.
Not bad.
And Graham, this is your suggestion. Flavor West cookie butter.
Yes, but only. Oh Jesus Christ!
Yep.
Only for
Sorry.
one thing. But smell it. Go ahead. Give me a first impression,
All right.
because it's. It's nothing like that. It turns into nothing like that. It's only used. It's like in that Adam McCree's Toll House. He uses it, and he uses it perfectly. Like it's a perfect way to use that. And
It almost it's almost like a cookie dough.
yeah, but yeah, it's like, you know that stage in a cookie when it turns from like a solid to like a liquid, and then it goes back into a solid. It's like that turning stage right there. Like that's exactly what it. Like maybe when it tastes like it's shit. That's a shit ingredient, except for if you're using it for that.
Now does this have the fructose in it? I bet it does, don't it?
I think so. If it's good.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think it does actually.
Yeah. Well,
It does not.
it don't. I
don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
It don't bother me.
Yeah, it's good though.
It don't bother me.
Yeah, me neither. I welcome it.
So I got a bunch of shit to test.
Yes.
Yep. So that's what I got.
I did get what did I get? The recurve squonk, which is like slowly becoming my favorite device of all time.
You got the mod?
Yeah, I got the mod. I put the rebirth on it because it's kind of. Does your mod leak? Is it leaky, or is it the atomizer that I'm using that's leaky? Like, is it leaking? It's leaking from the, like, where the 510s meet. You know,
Probably. Yeah.
like in between it. It's not leaking out of the. You have one, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I
Is
thought you
it
had.
like between the peak? Are you talking about the RDA, or are you talking about?
Well, it's leaking out. It's leaking out between the squonk part, like where the atomizer goes on the top. Like it's leaking there. It's not
like
coming out of the
the-
atomizer. Or yeah, but I don't know if it might be. You know, like maybe the recurve works perfectly on it and everything else doesn't, or something. But
Put
that
a
doesn't sound
washer under.
yeah. Oh, you know what? It came with one of those. With one of those like fabric, almost like a fabric
Yeah.
washer. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, they probably intend for you to use that, Graham.
Well, it was like glued to the bottom of the box or like inside. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, I looked on.
Lady Loves Vapor says hers is leaking really bad too.
In the same spot?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, because I have the reburst on. The reburst, you cannot beat the reburst. Period. Like, it might be the best of all time.
What about you, Max? What have you been up to?
You know, in my
Anything
opinion,
new?
I didn't get anything new, but I'm working on a recipe that should be out within the next week or 2 weeks. It's really close, but surprise, surprise, it's a tobacco. So it's going to take 2 weeks till I know where it is, but I think this is a final version. Alfred's been helping me a lot with it, actually, too. So, it's going to be a little bit better than I do on my own. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'll let you guys know.
You need to stop beating yourself up. I don't like that.
Well,
I mean, I give solid advice. That's all he's saying. He wasn't beating himself up.
I like how you took it all in. And you took it all in, did care at all. Oh, this poor boy beats himself up.
I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I'd be nothing without Flavora Native. And if you haven't picked it up, pick that shit up.
2% every time.
2% every time. That's the entire recipe. Go mix it up right now.
Yep.
I like how we were trolling Wayne with that yesterday.
I wasn't really trolling him. I think he should have used it.
Yeah. Well,
It would have worked.
Everything except for that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know about 2%, but
So are you is Alfred helping you out using some of the Inawera tobaccos in that recipe maybe?
no, he helped me out with the one layer. I figured out the tobacco one, and it does use it uses gold for pipe. So if that's probably the one a lot of people don't have right now, but if you already have most of the Inawera pipes and everything, you're probably set, because I've been working a lot with them right now, and I'm really upset that Captain Jack for pipe is discontinued, because it's a really nice, like, we figured out it kind of tastes like a Fig Newton and like a pipe tobacco. It's really fucking interesting, but they got rid of it.
I just got in a bunch of the Inawera tobaccos too. I haven't tested any of them yet, but I'm curious about them.
They're like the second, right? Like, isn't like Flavor known as the best, and then Inawera is like 2, or is it Flavor Art?
Well,
they all have like their strong ones and their weak ones. I'd say Inawera beats Flavor in some cases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Hankston is no joke either. I would definitely.
Oh yeah, that's right, Hankston.
Everybody forgets about Hankston, but they've got a lot of great tobaccos. Like,
Yeah.
I love their RY4 too.
It's my favorite RY4. I was just gonna say that. It's,
Hankston, yeah, for sure.
yeah, by a mile actually.
Yeah, everybody forget DMB. Yeah, I agree. DMB is the shit.
Benjamin Horn just vapes DNB by itself. He's that person.
Dude, he's living life to the fullest. Throw some 2% native in there, and you're on your way to fucking Flavor Town. Call up Guy Fieri, and fucking you guys are just on your way.
Mm-hmm. So, did anybody mix up our Brulee Doughnut in the chat? I hope you did.
I hope you didn't, but I hope you didn't. But if you want to be able to accurately talk about it, then yeah, I guess I hope you did.
Yeah, exactly. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad.
Max has been a huge fan of it since day one. He loves it.
Not great. It's not great. Not great at all.
It's not terrible. It's the best way to put it is not accurate. It doesn't do the profile. It doesn't hit that accuracy point at all.
Yeah.
On our rating scale, it's like a 1 banana out of 10.
Yeah, like reaching for 1 banana.
Don't mess around with my banana scale. Now people won't understand when it's really a banana or not.
Well,
That scale exists for a reason.
So should I even throw up the recipe? Let people look at it?
Yeah, let's break it down too.
I mean, let's,
explain what happened,
Okay.
where we went wrong, where we went right.
Okay. So there it is. Everybody can see it in the live stream.
I know where we went wrong.
Where'd we go wrong, Max?
Whew, that funnel cake, though.
I don't know.
We went wrong there. Well, we went wrong using funnel cake and the glazed donut. You want to read it off, Volker?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Okay, so we used 1.5% Inawera Creme Brulee. We used 3% Inawera Custard. We use 0.75% cap funnel cake. We use 3% Wonder Flavors Glazed Donut Super Concentrate. We use 0.5% Flavora Smoked Butterscotch and 0.75% Flavora Vanilla Pudding.
Yeah, I don't know.
So everyone in the chat's basically agreeing that funnel cake is where we went wrong too.
Like example,
Skittles really thought that it would work, and we like to stay open to ideas, even if we don't always agree with them, and see if they do work out, because you never know. It might have worked there. But I think the big issue is that glazed donut is pretty soft and moist, where funnel cake is pretty heavy and dense, and so they kind of fight each other.
Yeah, I'm going to throw up an actual photo of what we were going for. There was somebody in the comments said something about a hard, crunchy, caramelized topping on it, burnt sugar, brulee. Why is it better?
Emily in the chat says that we should use deep fried pastry dough, which I know I think Graham suggested that when we were doing it, and Hell's Cabin egg roll. But I think both of those have the issue of being really crispy to be a yeast donut, because yeast donuts are not crispy at all. So, but what Addie Tooney recommended in the comments was to use a croissant, and I think vape train croissant might be perfect. Let me know if you guys agree with that in the chat. And then another suggestion we got from NA Chef was to use, instead of vanilla pudding to soften that custard, to use Wonder Flavors Vanilla Cream Extra. I thought that was another solid suggestion.
Yeah, on Addie Tooney's comment, he suggested throwing some avocado in there. I don't know what type, I don't know what flavor company, but I think adding the Wonder Flavors crepes is probably a good idea, and the Wonder Flavors croissant.
I could totally see avocado cream working. Actually, that totally makes sense.
You think so?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's got the banana. I think it's got the banana front, right? Like, and then it kind of goes into like a cream. Like, it almost makes sense. Like, for the texture of the pudding, it kind of makes sense.
Except if you're adding something that has that banana flavor, and then you're just gonna have to find a way to fight it.
But it fades. It goes away so quick. It goes away within like a day or two. That banana flavor, that strong banana flavor.
But what is it bringing that nothing else would bring?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that it makes sense. The comment makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
What are you saying?
No, it's viable. Absolutely. I'm just saying I don't know that it's the best option, but it's definitely worth a try. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best option out there. I'm just saying it definitely makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely.
Like, it almost seemed like it at first it doesn't. It seems ridiculous, but then like you think about it, like it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. Especially, I think he might have been talking about Flavora Avocado, which isn't so. It's not 8 out of 10 on the banana scale. Don't mess with my banana scale. It's right. So I think that could work too.
It's Addie Tooney, of course. He's talking about Flavora banana.
Yeah, that's why I made that assumption. Addie Tooney and Flavora Avocado.
Yeah. I mean, another thing too, like it would. Either way, it's going to add a little bit of fruitiness, which we're trying to stay away from. So we're also trying to stay a little bit away from vanilla, but I do think some vanilla is needed for it to kind of have that cream stand out. I wasn't getting as much of the cream as I was the doughy bakery component that a lot of people were getting a lot more of that, but it didn't blend together as well as I hoped.
Yeah. Emily also just suggested Flavora sweet dough, which was something I was talking about when we were first starting out making that recipe, just because it's such a good, like a soft dough that has like some yeast, but it's really mild. The issue still, though, is that if you're going for a yeast donut and you want it to be really airy and moist, like Volkar was talking about, it might be too dense still.
Mm-hmm.
These guys just ain't taking ideas laying down. I mean.
Oh no! Yeah, absolutely.
That's the Alfred pudding fucking banana scale. He can't. He downloads it and spits back out the data immediately and tells you if it's going to work or not. It's insane.
I use the banana scale every day.
Help me.
Yeah, Emily. I think the vape train croissant, because it's not crispy and it's got that soft buttery dough, I think it might fill out glazed donut pretty well. That was a really good suggestion for Addie Tooney. Yeah. What else did you guys not like? Just the funnel cake? What else?
That's enough, isn't it? The fucking phone. Okay.
Yeah,
I think yeah, there's things that would have worked. I know what he was doing there, what what he was trying to go for, and I mean, it made sense, I guess, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, I don't know, but when I saw the photo of what he was going for, that almost looked like some kind of a sweet yeasty roll to me, you know, and not like a standard donut.
Yeah.
Did Alfred? Did you try out what I suggested?
What's that?
The Health Cabin egg roll.
No.
Good flavor to try out. And when I smelled it, it's like, wow, that smells like a sweet yeast roll almost, with just a little bit of an eggy note to it. And anytime I'm trying to make some kind of a yeast kind of a pastry, I like to add joy. I know there's a lot of people that fucking hate joy, but it does add like a yeasty note to it. And so I mixed, I think it was 2% Health Cabin egg roll and 0.75% F8 Joy with a little bit of Capella's buttercream, just to try to make a sweet yeast roll. And I thought it was pretty spot on. I don't know if it would work with the creme brulee, but it almost adds like it's almost like a savory flavor. And then if you add that sweet cream or the custard to it, I think it might balance pretty well. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. And as much as people love to hate on joy, I think it's super viable to make a donut out of it. Another issue that I had with the recipe that we tried, though, was that the cream layer, right? It wasn't like a creme brulee custard layer, and it didn't really show up as much as we wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually wanting to use 1-on-1 burnt sugar, but all of us didn't have the flavoring. And I think it might work pretty good to get that brulee layer on there.
You too, for sure. The cannoli shell too. We were talking about that at one point, right? That cannoli shell, that's going to be the key. It's got that little crispy.
Yeah.
So damn good.
Yeah, I think in the next version we're definitely going to use the 1-on-1 burnt sugar. It's a really good idea. What do you think about the custard, though? Do you think anywhere custard is going to work here? Do you think it's the right choice? Do you have a better option?
I actually used that yeast roll recipe using the Health Cabin egg roll and added the Inaware custard and added what was the other we used
smoked butt.
Yeah, smoked butt. I didn't use that. I used shit. I don't forget what I used now. But it was basically I took the brulee part and the custard part and just used my yeast roll, sweet yeast roll, and it actually balanced pretty well. So I think the custard is okay. I think what was throwing the custard off was that was the cap funnel cake.
Okay, awesome. Did you try to 3% again, the Inaware custard?
Yeah, I did. But now I've only had it mixed up for like a day, so it's gonna have to steep.
Yeah, so the issue that I have with Inaware custard is it's really, like you said, it shows up quite a bit on day 1, but by day 5, that eggy part kind of steeps out. So I really like what you did with the Health Cabin egg roll to bring back that eggy part. I think that might work really well.
Mm-hmm. It's worth a try anyway.
What do you think, Max? Any suggestions for the next iteration?
I already forgot the recipe, but I feel like vanilla pudding wasn't enough to show up and kind of help it out. I do kind of want to play around with the Inaware custard and the vanilla pudding part. I think that we could bump up that vanilla pudding a lot more. I think we only at like 0.5, right?
For sure.
Right. What about, do you think swapping it out for vanilla cream extra from Wonder Flavors might be a good idea?
I don't have it right now.
Why did we not use Flavora custard?
Flavora vanilla custard?
Regular custard.
I haven't used that one.
Oh, yeah.
Is it good?
We just kind of settled on Inaware for its because I think Skittles wasn't wanting it real eggy and like Alfred,
He didn't want the vanilla to show up so heavily too.
There's just two custards. Flavor has two custards. They have vanilla and then just regular.
Yeah. How is Flavor Custard? Can you give me a overview, Graham?
Yeah, I'm thinking like it's not. I don't know. It might work there. It's not vanilla at all, but it also, I don't know, it needs to steep. We might want to try it. Maybe we could try it. I don't know.
I mean, it's not a problem with using stuff that's going to need a steep because it's all going to need it.
I know. I'm thinking I was going to try it right now, but I was thinking out loud actually. But
I mean, I do get a vanilla out of vanilla custard, but everything I've ever tried it in, it doesn't have a huge presence.
Which one?
Just the regular custard, and I still smell like a little bit of a vanilla in there.
For
It's
Valora?
not strong, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be vanilla. Trying to avoid a vanilla completely in a custard is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, and it's probably a bad idea.
Tell that to Inawera.
even if you don't want it to be like a heavy vanilla custard, you're gonna add some vanilla when you're making it. I don't know of anyone that doesn't.
Well, I think what we were trying to stay away from was, compared to, say, Cap vanilla custard, we didn't want that much of a vanilla note in there.
Right. Yeah, but if Flavor Custard will work, I'll definitely order that like tonight, and we can tackle that. I think that's a good idea.
It's an option, is what I'm saying. It's an option to. It's not going to overload it with vanilla.
It smells like Ready Whip.
Yeah, so we're looking at something like maybe the Hell's Cabin egg roll, maybe the Vape Train croissant, either Joy or Wonder Flavors Glazed Donut, and then we're going to try out maybe boost the custard with Flavora. We're going to add the 101 burnt sugar, and maybe try the Wonder Flavors Vanilla Cream Extra and cannoli shell, because Graham seems to think cannoli shell is the best thing that's ever been invented.
I think it'll work in everything.
It's got my vote, too. I really like that fucking shit.
Well, the issue with cannoli shell that I have, once again, is that it's a dense dough, so it doesn't sell like a light roll.
Yeah, but it's also a creme brulee. I mean, it's got a crunchy top. It's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah. It does have the crunchy part. You're right. If we could maybe melt that into the burnt sugar, that could work. Mm-hmm. And especially because I get sort of like a sugary part of cannoli shells that might work too, to pair with it.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see. Emily says that if we use the extra, we could probably leave out custard unless we really want egginess. So I'll still pick it up and we'll give it a shot. We'll try a few iterations with different stuff, see what works the best. Yeah. If anybody else has other flavor recommendations, feel free to leave them in the chat or the comments, and I will pick them up and we will work with them.
One thing that I was wanting to say about the 101 burnt sugar is that if you take it up like over 1%, I start to get like a real solid, I might have mentioned this last week. Maybe I'm repeating myself. Like a burnt marshmallow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said if you take it over like 0.75, it turns to like more of a burnt marshmallow thing.
Yeah. Which
could definitely work. NHF wants to know if Zappola is out of the discussion.
I was thinking that too. Like if we were using funnel cake, it would be like almost in the same way with less greasy Play-Doh.
Right, but I feel like it's going to add the same thing that we didn't like from funnel cake, which is that sort of cakey donut with like a greasy mouthfeel thing. Yeah, that it doesn't really. If we're going for like a yeasty sweet roll yeast donut, those flavors like the Zappola funnel cake stuff like that, they're going to make it hard to sell that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It would basically do the same thing as. It would basically do the same thing. But
yeah, I actually mixed up that with that recipe and took out the Cap funnel cake and put in the Zappola, and it was good. It was better than the funnel cake, I thought, but it tasted more like a Danish, and that's not what we were going for. It was just too dense.
Right.
Right, and he says he would rather use Zappola than Joy, and that's why we would go with Joy over Zappola, is because it doesn't add that sort of dense, doughy Danish cake donut thing that makes it hard to sell a yeast roll, where Joy can just be used as an additive.
Zapola is just full on cake dough in my opinion, and it's got that cinnamon going on, which it doesn't really fit with our profile.
Yeah.
You were gonna say something, Graham. What were you gonna say?
I mean, I can't. I'm a Joy hater. I fucking hate Joy. I can't. I get beer no matter what. One drop and it's beer, the whole thing. But I mean, I see where it could work. I want it to work. Because I have a giant bottle of it.
Well, I actually tried two different versions, one with the Joy and one without the Joy, and the Health Cabin egg roll, if I could talk, actually does still have kind of a yeastiness to it, so it's possible that we wouldn't even need the Joy. I kind of like it a little bit better with just a touch of Joy, but that's just my preference.
What about Flavora Donut? That's pretty goddamn.
You never suggest flavored donuts in our presence.
Well, listen,
that is the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted.
I feel the same way about Joy. I look at Joy the same way you're looking at donut.
Flavora Donuts is
gross
laundry detergent mixed with beer.
Yeah, it's like a drunk night at a laundromat. Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah. I have heard that if you maybe like make a dilution with Flavora Donuts, use it at like 0.1 or something. But I feel like that's going to be desperate measures time.
It does the same thing as the Joy though. I mean, it smells exactly like Joy to me. They both
right. But with that that spring fresh laundry detergent.
Who's tested that? I want to know that in the waffle. Ugh, gross. Yeah, but I get soy sauce out of any bread from. Any kind of bready thing from Flora. So
Flavora Maple Bar. Do you guys have any experience with that?
I do not really.
I have it. I don't.
If it doesn't have too heavy of a maple, we could definitely make that work with like the burnt sugar part and then the donut. Flavora fried dough was suggested by Emily that if we use that low enough, it might be a better alternative to Joy. But like you were saying, the Health Cabin egg roll has enough of a yeasty quality that we probably won't need something like a yeast additive at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, and you could always use Flavora milk and honey.
Yeah, I saw that. Max, did you see that?
Saying my name right now. Who said that?
It was Robert Riggin.
Oh, you're my boy.
In the back masturbating. Of course he saw it. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable. Do you see that?
NA Chef says that it's more donut than maple. Daytime Frank said that it's pretty sweet, I think. Could work.
I get maple out of a lot of Flavora stuff, and it makes me sad, and I don't want to try to work around that maple note. It just seems
you dare try to blame Flavora for your sadness. What's wrong with you?
No.
Are you kidding me? Who are you kidding?
Hey, they didn't have to do much. They just pushed me over the edge.
Yeah, it's like what they do. Release like one flavor and you were like suicidal?
No, they've released a couple. Cookie dough, all got that maple. I'm sure we can keep going. But you know what they don't have? That has milk and honey doesn't have maple in it.
All right, so top of the priority list, from my understanding from chat and our discussion, is that Health Cabin egg roll and Vape Train croissant will be probably the first two things we try, see if those work, and then we'll start going into alternatives if they don't.
Yeah.
What was that one Emily kept screaming about too? She said it like a million times.
Was it Flavora fried dough, cupcake batter?
Screaming.
I think it was Flavora. No, I heard it.
Sweet.
I heard her all the way from Canada.
Flavora fried dough.
I think it was
dough, right?
that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet dough.
Cupcake batter.
Ooh, yeah. Flavored sweet dough is probably towards the top of the priority list too. I think that if it's not too dense, if we can make it work with something else, that might be a good option.
I just feel like, Emily, cupcake batter is going to bring us way too heavy into that cake donut territory.
Yeah, and definitely the one-on-one burnt sugar. I wanted to ask you, Folkart, you say that it goes like toasted marshmallow if you take it pretty high. How heavy is the marshmallow?
It's pretty heavy. In fact, the I think I used what was it, 0.75% of the toasted marshmallow, and added used with the custard, you almost have that like dollop of cream that Skittles was talking about on the one that he had that he ate. So it gives it kind of a little bit of a marshmallow creaminess.
Right, like makes it more fluffy instead of being like a really thick, dense.
Yeah, which is not bad. I don't know if that's what we're going for, but it does. It's not really a marshmallow. It just adds a creaminess to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Did we look at any of the toffees for that? Did we look at any of that at all? For like the crunch?
I did. I
I was thinking Babe Train Honeycomb. What were you thinking, Volker?
I actually tried what was it? Hanson's
Hard crack. Hanson's
caramel toffee.
Oh yeah. I just picked that up too. That could definitely work. Yep.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Graham? Though I think there's one. It's like a hard crack toffee or something like that.
Yeah, Vape Train has a hard crack toffee, but like now that I think about it, they kind of it's like Cracker Jacks kind of, like that kind of the caramel and Cracker Jacks.
Yes,
but there's a few toffees that Vape Train has that might work.
There's English toffee. There's
actually the hard crack toffee might. That's kind of what the top of a creme brulee is, right?
Emily said Vape Train has salted caramel too. That might work if we're going in that direction.
That cannoli shell and you're done.
If we can't get there with the burnt sugar idea, maybe we'll start venturing into using different caramels and toffees to see if we can get there. But from my understanding, the one-on-one burnt sugar should get us pretty much there.
Well, let's see. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try whatever I want, Alfred.
Oh no, I wasn't saying. Just
fucking with you, dude.
You could be if you're Max, just add some Yakima hops, maybe some pink guava, make it into a guava.
That shit was good. I still have.
I'm adding cannoli shell and smooth vanilla, and that's it. That's all for the rest of my life.
That actually sounds amazing. Cannoli shell with smooth vanilla. Dang.
I'm doing that right now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Did you try that the chocolate cookie crust, Graham?
No, I made it like last night though. I'm gonna wait for like another till we get done. The chocolate cookie crust. Yeah. I don't know. I can't. It's kind of muted to me.
What percent did you mix it up at?
4. What did I do? 4 and 2, right? 4 and
I'd say 4%. It's not gonna ever be a heavy chocolate though, which is kind of the best thing about it. You're never going to have to worry about getting like that gross chocolate off note, whether it's Band-Aids or whatever. It's kind of just like a softer chocolate.
I mixed that, and then I mixed the candy chew, and I realized what the candy chew was like the minute I smelled it. And it's not a Starburst. It's not it's like Sprees. Like chewy.
Yeah. I had a long conversation with Ren about that because I couldn't think of what they were that I was trying to place it. But yeah, it's like the Sprees, or I think the Canadian version it's actually like a gum version of Sprees.
Yeah, there is a gum. There's chewy Sprees.
Oh, they actually already have that?
Yeah, right. I eat those every day. That's all I eat. So, and I smelled that. I was like, oh shit, that's it. But yeah, like that on its own, or like, and I was talking to you about it before, is anything you add to it, because it's grape. I think it's grape. Folkart smells it. He thinks it's grape too, but I also think it'll take on any flavor you add to it. I think
you're making Emily cry with your cannoli shell smooth vanilla mix. She doesn't like either of those things.
She doesn't like cannoli shell. Ban her. She doesn't like the cannoli shell.
I'm part of the Rich Cinnamon Masons, so I'll rarely ever take this suggestion. But NA Chef recommended vanilla swirl. What do you think about that to add to like the custard to make it sort of a more light whipped custard?
Makes sense.
I mean, you're gonna have to. It's got to be a really good suggestion for me to recommend vanilla swirl, but I think that one might be it.
I put 3% vanilla swirl in all my bubble gums. How about that?
Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense though, because it does end up being pretty chewy with fruit. I'm into that. Anything with vanilla swirl, I'm kind of into.
I'm gonna put 3% there. I'm gonna put 3% in this chew candy.
You're gonna put vanilla swirl in chew candy?
Absolutely. I'm gonna make it where you can't even inhale it. It's gonna be so thick and chewy you can't even put it in your tank.
Yep. You're also gonna make me vomit. Stop putting vanilla swirl everywhere.
Put in everything. I put it in your pudding.
Ooh.
That's just offensive.
Oh god damn! I'm gonna have to try that now.
I put it in your Coke. Why not?
That actually might work if you're going for like a root beer or a Coke float where you
Yeah.
add like ice cream. That could probably work.
So floats are so good.
Yeah.
All right. So we got. Oh, and I don't know why I didn't list it again. 101 creme brulee is definitely going in the final product, right? That's like the perfect creme brulee base.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop that butt though.
Drop that smoke butt.
Yeah, drop that smoked butt.
Yeah. It's not the right. It adds more of a smokiness, I think, than it does a burnt sugar kind of note.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. So 101 burnt sugar, maybe just to add a little bit to the 101 creme brulee. I think it'll get us there.
Close.
Close enough. We'll have to fiddle with it. Emily recommended vanilla swirl, Beetlejuice, and choose candy. Graham.
Hell yeah, good call. I'll do that right this second. Actually,
Ooh, put some cannoli shell in there too.
shut your mouth. I'm not gonna mix my. Talking about mixing my poisons.
Is that your like new favorite flavor right now?
Cannoli shell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that and choose. But it'll be something different next week.
That strawberry candy is amazing.
Oh yeah, that with the candy pineapple. Oh shit, those two Wonder Flavors is killing it right now. They're murdering it. They're I'm gonna have cancer by the end of the week.
The only thing is the caramel milk candy. It's got so much butyric.
Yeah.
It might be good.
Not that Wonder Flavors gives you cancer. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm using so much of it. The vaping in general. Not that vaping gives you cancer. Well, maybe, I don't know. We don't know anything.
Graham, just stop talking. Probably might be a good option.
Yeah.
Making it all sound really appealing right now.
No, I'm kidding. I was smoking cigarettes.
Emily was saying that Inawera creme brulee, as delicious as it is, might be too soft. I'm going to disagree. Inawera creme brulee is up there with 101 fried chicken for the worst thing I've ever experienced. Because what I have in my Inawera creme brulee bottle should not be on this planet. It's
Help
disgusting.
me, Emily. Do you see what's going on? He's like any suggestion, he fires it down and embarrasses you.
No, it is. I tried actually. Dave sent me a tester of his version of Inawera creme brulee, and it is amazing. It is kind of soft for what we would be going with, but it would definitely be worth a try. Unfortunately, my bottle, that flavor, scarred me for life.
Do you think that it was just like a mislabeled bottle or something, or?
I don't know, because on Facebook recently we were talking about it. Someone else had another bad experience with it. I'm really afraid it might be reformulated.
Yeah, I don't like it. It tastes burnt as shit to me, like and like just weird. I don't like it at all.
The version that I have is about 80% butyric acid, straight up baby vomit in your mouth.
Yours is bad then. That's
I think that might be the reformulation, though. I think they may have replaced all of the DAP with butyric.
You're right.
Why would they care though?
Because
They don't
they're polish.
So
What do you mean? Why would they care about what?
Why would they care about Inawera milk chocolate being like one of the best chocolates of its
They
time?
ruin everything.
They don't care. That's the point. They don't care about us.
But they have a whole bunch of other dappy flavors.
And I mean from Poland. Just saying, because they always ruin everything, as Dave.
Oh,
Wow.
let's don't go down that path.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut that off real quick.
All right, guys, are we going to talk about what recipe that we might be working on next?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make you do it this time, Folkart. You usually make Max do it.
Whose idea was this anyway?
It was Graham's idea.
Was it Graham's idea? Okay.
What are we talking about?
The new one.
Our next episode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
So where is that?
That's good.
I've never had this dessert or whatever in real life, so I have no clue what it tastes like. And also, I had to sub one flavor, a pretty important flavor actually. So I can't really talk about how it turned out yet. But it is a avocado ice cream
Coconut.
and coconut.
Avocado coconut.
Avocado honey.
Coconut. Right.
Well,
All right.
I figured we go after some easy profiles.
Let me try to consolidate everyone else's explanations.
Why? Because we sound like mental patients. Like we sound like we all have like Asperger's.
It's like you're taking turns saying the
We
next
sound
word.
like we all have Asperger's. We're gonna give it to the one that actually does.
It's like you all had a sentence planned, and you're just taking turns saying one word and the next word and going back and forth. We made an avocado coconut honey ice cream and tried to keep it like simple and delicious. Sort of if you were to replace like the heavy dairy cream to make the ice cream with like avocado fat. And yeah, turned out pretty well. Pretty proud of that one.
It's more of a gelato, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say it's more of a gelato. I doubt an avocado coconut honey ice cream would have eggs.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like counterintuitive.
That'd be an omelet.
It is pretty fatty though.
Did you just say that would be an omelet, Graham? Do you think all ice cream is an omelet because it has eggs?
I do. I also melt ice cream down and make French toast batter out of it. So
That's actually genius.
Yeah, you're
Pretty Matthew came up with that, by the way. Not my idea. But it is genius and it's good and it works.
It doesn't get weird going from like frozen to melted?
No, because you melt it. I mean, as weird as melted could get, but if you're not using it for a batter, then you look at it and you're like, that's melted. But if you're using it for a batter, that's what you want.
Dang,
It'd
that
be weird.
sounds so good.
Yeah. And you can use any ice cream. It works.
Pretty smart.
It's amazing.
So just like as a preamble to the next episode, is everyone still happy with it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always, there's always improvements.
I mean, we'll probably talk a little bit more. I have a couple suggestions, but I've been vaping a lot of it. I've been doing it every day since we made it. I just wanted to see how it changed along the way, and I'm really digging it. I mean, honey is pretty hard to like tackle and everything, but we had folk art to work off of with his last recipe, and it's pretty good. I mean, you get the honey.
Yeah. So we'll go more in depth next Saturday after everyone. If you want to mix it up and give it a shot, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And you'll see that episode on Tuesday
at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. Bam.
All right,
Wait, what the hell's going on? Get awkward silence there.
Oh, we
Deal with that. I can't deal with that at all.
Hey,
All right.
What do we have any other ideas for profiles that are coming up that maybe other people would want to see? If you want to leave any in the chat, or if anybody here wants to poke art or Max or Graham, if you have any ideas for recipes.
I'm going to talk to a chef and get some like serious profiles and see what we can do. Like get like serious ones.
Oh, I'm right here, buddy.
Well, I mean a real chef, like one that's like working in a kitchen.
All right, I got you. Yeah,
not a Food Network watcher.
Yeah,
that was mean.
That was
that was just mean. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I mean, I did. Like,
I'm not in the kitchen anymore. It's fine. I don't take.
Oh, you mean you're not working, dude? I was just fucking with you. Shit.
Well, I work. I don't work in the kitchen.
What are you doing? Tint windows?
Yeah, I'm in
chimneys. What do you do?
I'm in the window tinting business right now.
He's in the window tinting and car stereo business.
Yeah. He sells beepers.
Oh, I don't sell them. I steal them. So
car alarms.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I've got an idea. I want to do something since it's not going to be long till Valentine's Day. I want to do something with chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what.
Yeah. What are you guys'
I want to
favorite?
pop these guys cherries with chocolate.
Yeah, we gotta know the secrets.
Yes.
Man. I gotta know the secrets. That Mayan milk, because Jesus Christ.
Talking about popping
best.
cherries, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
what kind of Valentine's Day chocolate? Maybe we could do. Actually,
love
white chocolate.
All about the
Big
love.
Train, Big
Now.
Train love. I don't know. Is that white chocolate? It's a whole bunch of everything.
Well, I mean, if you want to call it white chocolate, it's more of just like a buttered fudge candy thing. It's not heavy on a white chocolate cocoa butter top note. It's more of just like a fatty candy thing.
Put it with princess
Chocolate
cake.
strawberry.
You tell me it's not love. Oof.
That does sound amazing, Princess Cake and Big Train Love.
I could start writing recipes down, huh?
Yeah, but except your recipes just have to be 2 flavors, and you're not going to say percentages. Just these things probably go
Throw
together.
out ideas.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Lonesome Road said pineapple upside down cake again. That's on the list. We are going to tackle that. Yeah, I made sure of it.
Emily suggested white chocolate strawberry. I was kind of thinking like some kind of chocolate strawberry too. So
yeah, or even like a milk chocolate covered strawberry would be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
White chocolate macadamia nut cookie.
I was just thinking about it after you said that, and I don't know how easy it would be to even tackle. But if we did like a chocolate covered cherry, like a cherry cordial or whatever.
Well, see, I would love to do that, but the problem is the cherry.
Yeah, both cherry and chocolate are difficult, and then to put those together and make them work.
I was
thinking marzipan could work there because we sort of want that
marzipan though.
Sugary cherry.
Yeah, it would be Inaware at marzipan. Probably right.
Yeah, maybe both marzipan, maybe some TPA cherry extract.
Or it gets too liquidy if you use that cherry.
Well, that's the benefit of going for a cherry cordial.
Yeah. You're right.
Like goopy.
I like utilizing blackcurrant too for giving it that kind of. No, I'm telling you, man. You use a little bit, and it gives it that it works with blueberries and stuff. That fleshiness too.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I've never worked with a good cherry, and it's very frustrating not to have a really good cherry to work with because every single one of them. I don't care. People talk about the TPA cherry extract, and it's okay, but to get enough flavor.
Yeah, you got to go 5%.
Yeah, and then when you go that high, I start getting that cough syrup. I mean, it's just...
You know what? What works?
What?
Surprisingly enough, is hibiscus candy.
I see that working.
It works to round out the cherry, at least the tart cherry from Capella.
Yeah. That makes sense. Emily suggested marzipan with a touch of pomegranate. I don't know if you have any experience working with those things together.
Makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
I really think, though, maybe if we did marzipan cherry extract and the hibiscus candy, I wonder how close we could get there.
Keep the hibiscus candy lowest, not real super low, not 0.15 or whatever, but under 1, or else to keep the hibiscus out of it.
I mean, if we don't want to do that, though, chocolate covered strawberries would be fire. I'm down to do that too. Yeah.
Or a way to make a tears.
Ooh, what if we just went for it and made the entire box of chocolates? We could do one. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's just trying to get ambitious as fuck. He's like, just go for it all. The raspberry one and the orange one.
Yeah, let's just do it all in one recipe too. There,
just do the ones that are left over, like the orange cream,
the maple.
No. But if we can nail a milk chocolate candy layer. Think about how easy it is to make all of those things.
At one?
If you want to make a raspberry chocolate, you take our milk chocolate layer, put in raspberry flavor you like.
Yeah. That's something that I've been thinking about for this show is to just do some recipes of layers. I know Wayne kind of does that too. I don't want to step on his toes or anything, but if we could come up with some basic layers that people could use, I mean, that's, it doesn't have to be a complete recipe or a very complex. We could, do cream bases or chocolate bases or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It could that way if you maybe you don't taste strawberry or whatever. If we make that chocolate candy Valentine's Day chocolate or whatever, you could plug and play whatever you want.
Yeah. Plug and plays I like that idea.
Goose Girl asked if I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm the person that volunteered for Savory Noted. That answers your question.
Yeah, he prefers it. He's actually an android, and we're convinced that he wants to understand why people don't like certain things. So this is what he's doing. He's going after everything bad, fixing it. And he's fixing it.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Okay, guys. I don't want to cut anybody off, but I don't want to be going while other shows are starting. So
yep.
Everybody want to wrap it up?
Absolutely. So. We heard all of your suggestions for the creme brulee donut, and they will be applied. We're going to nail that thing. And then if you have we have the pineapple upside down cake, a chocolate for Valentine's Day. If you have any other suggestions, leave them in the comments or just find us somewhere on Discord. Let us know.
My 40T is finally done charging. It's been on there for 2 days. It's amazing. Incredible.
All right. Thanks everybody for showing up.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome, guys. We'll see you Tuesday, I guess.
Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Later, everyone.
Yeah.